Number is called American Gypsy. Would you please welcome back the multi-talents of the band Santana. Here they are. You know, sitting here, watching you and listening to you, you've been with us for a long, long time, since Woodstock and before, and I was wondering how many changes there have been in Santana, how many musicians have come and gone from the original Santana many years ago?
Quite a few. Somebody made a list, but there's quite a few. Quite a few have contributed tremendously to it, and they move on, you know, to make their own bands, and so it's like an institution, you know.
Is it difficult to maintain the continuity of sound, the continuity of phrasing, when you have changes within the organization year by year?
Sometimes, but pretty much we have a standard. You know, we rehearse enough so that things become natural to us. Main thing that is required is that there's a sincere approach towards dynamism and joy and things like that. You know, but well, I'm very grateful because we're still here after such a long time.
I meant to introduce, you all know Devadeep Carlos Santana, but one of the members of the band, and I hope I get the name right now, Alexander Lidgertwood? Lidgertwood. Now, when you joined the band... He doesn't take you in a room and say, now let me tell you something, Alexander, you play it this way or it's Gestaffen. You don't have to go through a crash course in Santana, huh?
No, really. We have a basic thing that we work from, especially seeing as I'm a new member of the band and having to sing some of the older songs. So we basically keep it as together like they were recorded. Now and again I tend to go this way or go that way, but it's, you know, we keep it as close as possible.
Okay.
The newer stuff I get a chance to open up and stretch out.
Okay. I want to talk to you about John McEnroe. You brought him on stage the other night here in New York at a concert, but I got commercials waiting. We'll continue with these members of Santana right after this for our sponsors and the NBC television station. John McEnroe's, after all, you'd invited him up on stage to play the bongos. I was not there, but I heard he played bongos or some such thing at your concert the other night.
Well, first of all, I must say that to real musicians, unfortunately, there's very limited things that inspires us to play, you know, I mean, the real musicians. People like Billie Jean King, John McEnroe, Miles Davis, they still inspire me tremendously, mainly because they have that inner strength, you know, like Jesse Owens, that they go beyond the obstacles, beyond all the things that get in front of them. So people like him inspire me a lot, so he's a very close friend of mine.
What about the inspiration of Johnny Mathis and Dionne Warwick in your work? Something to do with phrasing?
Oh, right. It's basically what it is that I started listening to the blues, but listening to Johnny Mathis and Dionne Warwick, and of course, Nat King Cole, their music is, if Jewish people listen to it, they say it's Jewish. If Mexican people listen to the music, they call him Mexican. In other words, he's very universal. His sound, and I like that in music. I like that like water. It can turn in any color, you know. So therefore, when I was a child, I listened to both of them a lot for phrasing and things like this, you know, because I like that kind of, you know, I don't like to be too extremes, you know, somewhere in the middle. When you go to Japan, people claim you, you know. When you go to wherever you go, people claim you, you know. And they both have those qualities down, you know.
When you are involved with a band like Santana, how do you maintain the continuity? As you know, you play concerts and you do records, and you say you're a newcomer to the band. What, a year, less than a year?
Just over 2 years, yeah.
Okay. How do you, and I know I asked this before, but really sync yourself with what he's trying to do and what he's built his reputation on?
Well, we get together on it. We talk about it, you know. We develop it together, especially the new stuff. You know, and we work hard. We socialize with each other, and we talk a lot. We believe a lot in the same things, and especially it goes for everybody in the band. We're all very good friends, you know. So the continuity starts from there, and we take it on stage with us. You know?
Did you ever worry, Carlos? I mean, you made such an impression at Woodstock when that happened. And in the years following, Woodstock came to be identified with drugs. Did it ever worry you that maybe your reputation might get caught up in the drug culture and that, you know, that's dragged some performers down? Not that they've used drugs, but just by association, they've been hampered by it or hurt by it. Did you ever think about that?
Not too much, because all those things, especially here in America, they're an experience. You know, by the time you go to high school, you go through so many things so fast that by the time you get to 20, all those things are boring. So you're looking for, you know, you're looking for first you're looking for excitement and stimulation and experiences. But after a while, you find out, if you are one of the chosen ones, you know, if you're smart, you find out that there's something inside you that is infinitely more fulfilling. Not, you know, because drugs can give you temporary satisfaction, but ultimately what we all need is fulfillment, a sense of fulfillment. And that can only come from within your heart, you know, and there's a lot of natural things that you can surcharge yourself, if you will, that, you know, to me, like I said, drugs were like tennis shoes. They don't fit me anymore. When I was in high school, I can't wear the same shoes that I wear. They just don't fit, you know.
Okay. I want to thank you all for being here tonight, and please give my best to the other members of the band Santana. I'll try it again. Alexander Lidgertwood.
Correct.
And Carlos Santana, Devadeep Carlos Santana. They'll be back with another number a little bit later on in the show. We have Marvin Kittman of Newsday standing by. So I hope you stay with us right after these announcements. Thank you, gentlemen.